Hi everyone, it's Alia or Cake Legend and welcome back to another recipe video. Today we're making these raspberry palmiers. These are caramelized puff pastry cookies that are heart-shaped. They are traditionally made with just puff pastry and sugar, but we're adding freeze-dried raspberries today to add a little fun color and flavor. So to begin, I am going to measure out my sugar and my freeze-dried raspberries into this blender cup so that I can pulverize them together into a nice smooth mixture. Ignore the numbers that were on my scale. I was just doing a bigger batch today, but the proper measurements will be listed in the description box below. You'll know your sugar mixture is ready when there are little to no raspberry lumps left in the mixture. And once that's good to go, you can set it aside and we'll get started with our puff pastry. For today, I am using pre-made puff pastry dough that I got at the grocery store, but this also works with homemade puff pastry dough. So, taking one of the 2 blocks of puff pastry that come in the package, I am going to put it onto my counter, which is dusted in granulated sugar rather than flour. The sugar is what causes these cookies to get their nice crunchy, crispy texture because it caramelizes in the oven while they bake. We're basically just going to roll our puff pastry in one direction until it's nice and long. We want it to reach 30 centimeters in length. My biggest tip to those who are new to puff pastry is to make sure your dough is at the right temperature when you're rolling it out. You don't want it to be too cold, otherwise it could break the butter in the layers. And then it just won't puff the way it's supposed to. Now that our dough is the right length, we're going to start rolling the other way, increasing the width until the dough is the right thickness. We want it to be 1/8 of an inch or 4 millimeters thick. This is not about getting it to a certain width measurement. We just want to keep it 30 centimeters long and then roll it a bit more until it's 1/8 of an inch thick. And now that we've reached our desired thickness as well as our desired length, we're going to take a ruler and a wheel cutter. You can just use a knife for this as well. And we're going to just cut off those rounded edges at the top and bottom of the dough. And if cutting these 2 ends off cuts a little bit into your 30 centimeters of length, don't worry, it's gonna be fine. Next, we're going to take our raspberry sugar that we prepared earlier, and we're going to spread that all over the top side of the dough. You just want to pour enough until it covers the top in a nice even layer. Make sure you set a little bit aside because we're still going to need it when we fold the dough. And before we fold, we're just going to make a few marks in our sugar. First mark we're going to do is dividing the dough in half. Try to make it as even as you can. You can eyeball it or use a ruler like I am. And then in each half of the dough, you're going to create 2 more marks. Just make them as evenly spaced as you can. So again, that's first dividing the dough in half, and then we're going to add 2 more marks on each half, making sure everything is as evenly spaced as possible. And now we can do our first fold on each edge. You're folding on the first line until the edge of the dough meets the second line towards the center. Then, before we do any more folds, we're going to add more of our raspberry sugar on these uncovered edges. These edges are ultimately going to be the inside of the heart, which is why we want the color to show here. After that, we're folding each edge towards the center once again until each edge of the dough meets that center line. Add some more sugar. You can use up the rest of your pink sugar, or you can just use granulated sugar at this point, and then you're going to fold the dough in half. So basically, each end gets folded twice towards the center, and then the entire thing gets folded in half. Now I'm just adding a bit more granulated sugar to the outside because I really want these to caramelize nicely in the oven. Now it's time to cut this long roll into our little palmiers. We first cut off the uneven edge on the end, and then we're gonna mark our dough so that we can make these cuts 1/4 of an inch apart. I know that seems tiny, like wow, these are gonna be like microscopic cookies, but they do puff in the oven, so they're gonna get a little bit bigger. But this typically is a thin, airy pastry. Another tip for cutting puff pastry, make sure you're just pressing down in one quick fluid motion. You never want to saw back and forth, as that can ruin the layers of dough and fat. And now we can transfer them to a baking sheet, ensuring that they have lots of space because, like I said, they're gonna puff in the oven and grow in size. These bake at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 8 minutes. Now, when baking puff pastry, it's important to not open the oven, at least for the first half of the baking time, because if you let out all the hot air, they're not gonna puff. After the first 5 minutes, I recommend flipping them over so that they bake evenly on each side. Unless you've got those really heavy-duty pans, then they should be okay for the full 8 minutes. Let them cool completely on the pans, and after that, they're basically done. You can just throw them on a plate and serve them just like this, or if you'd like, you can drizzle them in chocolate. I decided I wanted to do a little dip and add some more of those freeze-dried raspberries on top. Because who doesn't like a little dark chocolate raspberry action? Again, this step is totally optional. I've also seen people top them with cinnamon sugar or icing sugar. I've also seen savory versions. Like instead of filling them with raspberry sugar, they could be filled with spinach and cheese. There are so many variations you can do, and with puff pastry being available at the grocery store, these are so quick and easy to make. Once my chocolate was set on these, they were also all finished. I think the chocolate also makes them look so much more elegant and fancy. And that's basically it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed this recipe and learned something new. Please be sure to leave a comment and like if you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!